WESH 2 News starts now with breaking news.
And that breaking news at 11, deputies sworn Icon Park in Orange County. You're taking a live look from our tower camera right now. The first calls came in just after 10 o'clock tonight.
WESH 2's Gail Pascal Brown is live at Icon Park tonight. Gail, what are you seeing?
Yeah. Well, I can tell you we've seen several law enforcement vehicles out here and a number of people that are walking the sidewalk and look as though they're leaving. Now, I did get a chance to talk with the local vendor here, Zion Gale. He's here, and I asked him, I stopped him right on the road just moments ago to ask him basically what was going on. Where were you and what were you told, Zion?
We were down by where the restaurants are. I believe it was Outback Steakhouse, and we just saw a bunch of police officers coming in, and I asked what was going on. They said it was too many minors out here. They were fighting, I guess causing a ruckus, so they just made everyone evacuate.
And they told you to leave?
Yeah, they told all of us to leave.
Do you know if there was an event going on or what was happening? Did you see a lot of younger minors perhaps outside?
Yeah, there were a lot of minors outside. I heard something about there was an event for class of 2025. I guess they were having something going on, and class of 2025, a lot of minors, so they were just getting into trouble.
Okay, did you see anyone hurt, or did it just seem like people were moving and listening to what the law enforcement were telling them to do?
Well, as we were coming up, the police officers were already on the way here, so I'm guessing the situation had died down by then. I didn't personally hear or see anything, but when I asked one of the police officers, that's what he told me.
And lastly, just for reference, would be on the other side of where we're standing now.
Yes, on the other side. If you go kind of around there where the restaurants are, yeah, that's where all the commotion was going on at.
Okay. Zion Gale, thank you so much for letting me stop you. I appreciate that. So right now, we don't have any reports of any injuries. I did see a number of young people coming up, and I tried to get some information from them, but they didn't want to talk to me. So right now, lots of police presence here at Icon Park. No injuries that we are aware of. And as you can see from our cameras, as well as going to WESH.com, hopefully the situation is under control. But if we get more information, we certainly will pass it along to you. I'm Gail Pascal Brown, reporting live in Orange County. Now back to you.
All right, Gail, thank you. Right now at 11, the tropical wave threatening southwest Florida with heavy rain and flooding now has a name, Tropical Invest 92L. And the odds are growing it will be named Milton over the next couple of days.
Yeah, up to 70% now. WESH 2's first warning chief meteorologist Tony Manalfi is analyzing the first tropical models for this storm. So, Tony, there is just a lot to go over tonight.
There is. Look, this is good news. Now that we have the Invest, hurricane hunters are going to be going in there. They're going to do their surveying of the environment. Not only that, all of that data goes back into the tropical models going forward, and that's going to help solidify the track, the intensity, and potentially how much rain we can see here. Let me show you what it looks like. A couple different graphics here for you. There's the wide perspective. A big burst of thunderstorms tonight in that southwestern quadrant of the Gulf of Mexico there, and that's why the Hurricane Center has gone ahead and upped the chances for development, both in the 2-day and the 7-day outlook, stating that there's a high likelihood now, or a much higher likelihood, of a depression or tropical storm Milton to develop over the next couple of days, if not over the next week. The first one of the tropical models historically don't do very well, but I like what this is doing here. I'm going to be honest with you tonight, and it actually kind of blends with a lot of the global models tonight. So what we need to focus in on is how strong this does get and how far north or south this gets, because if it goes farther to the north, we're going to have more impacts. In fact, I put this potential scenarios graphic together for you. A couple of the models still hang very close to the I-4 corridor, meaning the flood threat, the severe risk, and the surge threat would be high from Tampa, and we would have some big-time issues here. A track farther to the south, less impacts here, but still plenty to talk about, and I'm going to do that coming up at 11:18.
All right, Tony, thank you. And as this tropical system develops in the Gulf this weekend, stay on top of the latest impacts that it will bring to your neighborhood by downloading the WESH 2 News mobile app and turning on those alerts. We will be pushing out the newest forecast and information and analysis. The app is free to download.
Children should never have to go to school and be scared for their safety, y'all.
This is not all right. And I feel for all of our kids who endure this.
Kids in class sent into lockdown as parents rushed to Rockledge High School after reports of a gun on campus. This is the gun police say they found after they arrested 2 minors and 19-year-old Damian French. The gun scare set the school on lockdown just after noon.
Nobody was hurt, and WESH 2's Haley Crumblehome is at Rockledge High tonight talking to students about what happened.
The 3 people arrested are all facing charges of having a gun on school property and disruption of a school function.
She's out of it, dude.
It was a race against the clock for Ocala police officers. A sinking SUV with a woman unconscious inside. The woman, officers say, suffered a medical emergency behind the wheel and crashed into the water into the Four Ranch neighborhood last night. Officers were able to break the glass and pull her out.
Get over the punch it.
Ma'am. It's not open.
It's the pressure. All right, you gotta get her out quick.
Ma'am.
They rushed her to the hospital to get her checked out. No one else was hurt, though.
That was a really good job they did. New tonight, a Lake Mary High School teacher and coach accused of misconduct with a student is out of jail after posting bond. Look at this.
Is there anything you want to say about the arrest, sir? We really want to get your side of the story.
That was Richard Colon as he walked out of the Seminole County Jail around 7:15 tonight. He had nothing to say to our cameras as he walked through the parking lot down to 1792 and off into the darkness. He was outfitted with an electronic monitoring device, and he is accused of transmitting obscene material to a minor and seducing a child using a computer. He's also been ordered to not make contact with the victim or return to Lake Mary High School.
And outside right now, things are quiet and calm, but across the Gulf of Mexico, we're watching Invest 92 and what it may mean for Central Florida as we head into next week. All straight ahead.
This First Morning Weather Update is sponsored by Attorney Dan Newlin.
And welcome back, everybody. Get you back outside on a gorgeous Friday night here in Central Florida. Downtown Orlando looking good. Middle upper 70s to low 80s pretty much now area wide. Live radar got some action there northwest of Tampa. And if you look real close, we've got onshore flow and a couple of sprinkles that have come ashore here into southern Brevard County. But for our walk to end Alzheimer's tomorrow morning, Lake Eola, we're looking good. It's going to be a little bit humid, but overall not too bad of a forecast. Saturday's your outdoor weekend day because on Sunday, a broad area of low pressure is going to head our way. That this is not the Invest 92. It's the first piece of energy, and that's going to increase our rain chances. While that's going on, long period swells and some rough seas from distant major hurricane Kirk is going to create some issues Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday along our east coast. Watch the rip currents, though, all weekend long. Mid-80s at the beaches tomorrow. Low 90s back through the interior. Here's the setup now for Monday as that first piece of energy kind of glides across. A second piece of energy will then begin to work now towards the east northeast, and this might be the one that has a little bit more bite to it. That's one of the things that we're going to be watching, and that is Invest 92. Currently with a big burst of thunderstorms right now moving to the northwest at 5. Hurricane centers increased chances for development up to 70% over the next 7 days. Tropical models are now in line with the global models moving off towards the east northeast. Some are stronger, some are weaker, all of them still giving us a good chance for some significant rain. With the hurricane hunters now going in there Saturday and Sunday, that's going to help to nail down the forecast. The Euro's the most aggressive with some significant rain over Central Florida over the next 5 days. In fact, Tuesday and Wednesday would be the worst. We'll keep you posted over the weekend. Friday Night Hits is coming up next.